Lesson 45. Let's begin with our first word, anticipate. A useful phrase to remember is anticipate enemy moves. To anticipate means to expect or look forward to something happening. A chess player tries to anticipate their opponent's moves to plan the best strategy. If dark clouds appear, people anticipate rain and bring umbrellas. The phrase, anticipate enemy moves, is used when talking about predicting what an opponent will do in a battle, game, or competition. Now let's look at consistent. A helpful phrase for this word is two consistent stories. If something is consistent, it stays the same over time or matches with other information. A teacher who always enforces the same rules is consistent. If two people give consistent stories, their versions match and agree with each other. The phrase, two consistent stories, is used when talking about two reports or accounts that do not contradict each other. Next, we have encounter. A good phrase to remember is he encountered an alien. To encounter means to meet or come across something unexpectedly. A hiker might encounter a bear in the woods. A student might encounter a difficult math problem on a test. The phrase, he encountered an alien, is used when describing a surprising or unusual meeting, such as in science fiction stories. Let's move on to grammatical. An example phrase is grammatical error. If something is grammatical, it follows the rules of grammar. A well-written sentence is grammatical, while a sentence with mistakes is not. Teachers correct grammatical errors in students' essays. The phrase grammatical error is used when talking about mistakes in writing or speaking that break grammar rules. Now let us talk about infrequent. A useful phrase is infrequent visits. If something is infrequent, it happens rarely or not very often. A person who only visits their grandparents once a year makes infrequent visits. Rain in the desert is infrequent because it happens very little. The phrase infrequent visits is used when talking about something that does not happen regularly. Next, we have manuscript. A great phrase for this word is movie manuscript. A manuscript is a document prepared for publication, like a book, play, or screenplay. A writer submits a manuscript to a publisher before a book is printed. The original script for a movie is a manuscript that contains all the scenes and dialogue. The phrase movie manuscript is used when talking about the written version of a film before it is produced. Let's move on to obstacle. An important phrase to remember is obstacle course. An obstacle is something that blocks the way or makes something more difficult. A fallen tree on the road is an obstacle for cars. A student struggling with math might see it as an obstacle to passing a test. The phrase obstacle course is used when talking about a training or fitness challenge that requires running, climbing, or jumping over barriers. Now, prestige. A phrase to associate with this word is prestige of the university. Prestige is the level of respect or admiration that comes from success or high status. A prestigious university, like Harvard or Oxford, is well known for its excellence. A famous athlete or scientist might have a lot of prestige because of their achievements. The phrase, prestige of the university, is used when talking about a school that has a strong reputation for academic success. Next, we have signify. A useful phrase is signified his satisfaction. To signify means to show or make something known. A nod might signify agreement. A red traffic light signifies that cars must stop. The phrase, signified his satisfaction, is used when talking about someone showing they are pleased, such as by smiling or giving a thumbs up. Finally, let's talk about unpredictable. A helpful phrase is unpredictable future. If something is unpredictable, it cannot be known or guessed ahead of time. The weather is often unpredictable, changing suddenly without warning. An unpredictable person might behave differently each day. The phrase unpredictable future is used when talking about not knowing what will happen in the days or years ahead. That's the end of Lesson 45. Keep practicing these words and phrases to build your vocabulary and confidence.